Representatives from inland and coastal small-scale fishing communities say the implementation of the small-scale fishing policy is going against the principles and values it is meant to ensure. The organization Masifundise is hosting a 3-day Fisher People Tribunal in Kalk Bay in Cape Town, where 6 case studies of the challenges are being presented and documented. SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah and video journalist Clinton Cerf have more.
Representatives of fishing communities across South Africa are attending a 3-day tribunal in Kalk Bay. It's named the Fisher People Tribunal, organised by the organisation Masifundise and Coastal Links. Speaking to the organisers earlier, they were talking about the challenges still facing various fishing communities. So what will happen over the next 3 days is a tribunal where 6 case studies will be presented in front of a panel of experts. This, of course, forms part of the advocacy work leading up to a conference later this year. I'm joined now by a representative of the fishing community in the Northern Cape, Jeremiah Jordan. Just in terms of the challenges facing his community, Jeremiah, a very warm good day to you. You were mentioning earlier on that there are specific challenges facing your community in terms of fishing. Elaborate for us. Explain to us what those challenges are.
Yeah, one of the challenges is free access. The inland fishers are demanding free access because we as inland fishers, the majority of us are not working, and the livelihoods of our families are depending on fishing.
When you talk about access, what does this mean? You were talking to me earlier on about your traditional fishing areas. Explain to us what are the challenges around access?
The challenges we are having around access is in the past, prior to the democratic era, we as inland fishers, we were allowed to fish at all our traditional or historical fishing sites for free. We could have fished during the day and even during the night. But now we are only allowed to fish during the day at designated places and at a specific designated place where we are fishing. We as fishers are not getting or catching enough fish there. We are struggling. So in comparison to all the other historical fishing sites where we used to have the guarantee that we will catch fish, we must pay in order for us to have access to that areas. So it's a big struggle and it's a big challenge for us. Yeah, so we are here today to present it here at the tribunal.
So you're not just speaking about fishers in the Eastern Cape, you're talking about the range of other inland fishing communities.
We are representing the whole inland. If I'm talking about the inland, I'm talking about Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, and also Free State. Yes, so they are also facing more or less the same challenges.
Your colleague just now spoke to me of, what this means at the end of the day when fishing communities cannot make ends meet. He was talking about a father, for example, going home and not being able to provide for his family. Give us a picture of what your community looks like at this stage.
There's a high rate of poverty, specifically in Venterstad. Our children, some of them are primary school dropouts because some of their parents cannot afford to keep them at school. I was very shocked not long ago when I met with some of the boys in town. I saw them walking up and down in the street with a porcupine, which means that those boys went to poach overnight in the nature reserve because they have decided to took it upon themselves to provide for them because their families are struggling big time in Venterstad specifically. I'm not here to represent Venterstad only, but we do visit other areas like in the Northern Cape, Novels Pond, and then we have Van der Kloof, Lukhof, and Pietersville, they are facing the very same challenges. And then they are also having challenges with the white farmers, whose farms are not far away from the nature reserves. So they are determined or dictating to the nature reserve bodies where we as fishers must fish.
What are you hoping for, Jeremiah, from this 3-day tribunal? As a fisherman, as someone that represents these communities, what are you hoping will be the outcome of this 3 days?
What I'm hoping for the outcome is that we want intervention from government. Because whenever we are having challenges as inland fishers, we don't see government. There's no visibility of government. Thanks to the NGOs. There was not long ago some fishers that were given or issued with fines of 500 rand each fisher, and they were 17 fishers. So then they were charged, and then we made contact with LRC, and they intervened on the fishers' behalf, and the outcome was excellent. Yeah, the cases was dropped. So we do not only want to rely on NGOs, but we want government to intervene when challenges are on the horizon.
Thank you very much for speaking to me, Jeremiah Jordan, there, of course, representing inland fishing communities, attending this 3-day tribunal taking place in Kalk Bay today, where 6 case studies which portray the various challenges for coastal as well as inland fishing communities will be dissected, will be exposed, with the aim to bring these documented evidence to a conference taking place later this year.